Okay. After returning from China, reportedly high school geography, 27 games, 3 seasons prior. As a coordinator and linebacker coach. McKenna West started 2-4. Press reported later defeated championship. All right, so there's some kind of report. I guess I can find the score here. Damn, man, why can't I find the score? West State Football Championship, 1999. McKenna West lost 4 of its first 6 games in the 1994 football season. West won the first state championship in program history on November 26, 1990, posting a 35-28. So they won by 7 points over Cambridge and Santee at the Metro.
And what do you notice about the numbers 35-28? Those are multiples of 7.
I know.
No threes in there.
I literally said they won by 7. Like, what are we doing? The fantastic high school football game was back. What do you think that means? you think that's a gotcha? Games tend to be in multiples of 7 because that's how many points you score once you get your PAT. So, I don't know, bro. Let's see. 2 yards.
Listen, I can save you the trouble because I'm somewhat involved. I'm running for college. There's going to be a bunch of stuff coming out. You'll read about it. And the Republicans will, say it's true, and the Democrats will deny it. But, you'll see. There's a bunch of put some stuff. It's kind of funny. It's sort of humorous. But, I'm on the side of the Republicans, which think that all of this is politics and spin. It's not real. And so why are we talking about it like it's real?
Well, the only thing that your hard-headed ass won't admit, which is a fact regardless, is it's impressive if you're the defensive coordinator of a championship team and the way that you win is by stopping.
I'm saying that this whole thing is sort of manufactured to try to make him look like something he's not, and they caught him in a lie. And you're defending that the one thing that could be true is the defense once or twice topped the team.
Wait,
and they played well.
What was the lie?
In 8A.
What was the lie?
And politicians
that he was the head coach.
Yeah, but he never said he was the head coach, so how did he tell a lie?
Because he did say he was a head coach.
No, Martin never said that. I watched his fucking.
Wait. So who says he was a head coach?
No one.
That's made up, huh?
No one.
So where does that come from? You even thought he was a head coach.
Because they attributed the wins to him, and they typically do that if you are the head coach. They said he was the coach, and then they said that he
go back on Google and look it up.
And that makes it seem as if, that implies that he's the head coach, but they didn't actually say he was the head coach. So it's hard to say that they lied. I think that there was something deceptive about it, to be fair to you, but he didn't actually say he was the head coach.
So I don't have my computer, but if you could Google around, I think you'll find there's a bunch. This is in the past too, not because he ran for governor and other things where he misrepresented himself, and it's he's caught, and so like you said, he's been caught. They might seem small, but it's not what you want for your leaders to be lying about themselves.
He did not lie. Other people.
So Mark, as a fellow coach, you can't give.
Or the Army stuff as well. It's not just the football. He said that he went.
At best,
his rank was different, right?
At best, the claims are misleading, but then he didn't explicitly say I was a head football coach, and nor did anybody who was praising.
Did he say that his rank was whatever it was? Do you believe that? Do you think that's a lie too?
If somebody who doesn't like to be interrupted, you should have no problem interrupting other people. It's starting to piss me off. Like, wait a second, bro. I'm almost done. I'm not that long-winded right now. Like, at best, you could say it was misleading because people were talking about him as if he were the head coach when he wasn't. But I don't see a single example of the media or him saying or claiming he was the head coach. So that would be the lie, right? You could say that there was some kind of vested political interest in making it seem as though he was the head honcho because of whatever that could contribute to him as a person. But I think it's good enough that he was a defensive coordinator because that's a significant coaching role, even though it's an assistant coaching role. And especially if the way that he won was that goal line stand, which I'm trying to find where the fuck did I read that? Because I just read it, but I can't find it at all. It's annoying. Working on linebackers. Lead the team to a state championship after starting season with a scholarship off 8 consecutive wins, including back-to-back shutouts. Okay, so that's the other thing. So back-to-back shutouts by Walt's defense to start the postseason. So back-to-back shutouts. That was part of it. Montana West ended the 1999 season by defeating Cambridge and Sandy High School 35-28 in the title contest. Montana iced the win with a defensive stand near the goal line. So, I mean, maybe that was in the red. I mean, near the goal line. I interpreted that as a goal line stand, but maybe it's vague enough where it could be like on the 15 or some shit. I don't know. Securing the first state championship in program history. If it's near the goal line, it's within a few yards, in my opinion. But that's a vague description. But yeah, if you have a goal line stand, you have back-to-back shutouts. Like that's impressive.
Can we just agree that
and by the way, Mark, the saying in football goes, defense wins championships.
Yeah, I just think myself. I'm not against that.
Okay.
But can we just agree? Let's try to agree on one thing. Lying is not good. So if somebody's lying, we're just learning about the guy. And he lied about the IVF.
Are you saying politicians lie?
No,
there's a bigger piece of this. Mark, are you gonna, as a Republican, talk about lying? The guy that leads our ticket lies all the fucking time. I listened to a press conference that made me laugh, and it made me laugh because he claimed he was ahead a huge amount. You want to know how many points he was ahead by? 2. 2 is not huge. 2 is close.
It's huge.
So if you're talking about them lying and that people should take that seriously, why don't we look at our own fucking house? Our guy lies like it's going at a fucking...
never lied.
What do you call that argument when we're talking about
Mark, our guy lies all the fucking time. He doesn't have a problem.
Objectively, Trump lies all the time. Like that's
he is a liar.
He's a pathological liar, bro.
Mark, have you ever lied?
It's okay if he lies.
Yeah, but that's not the point, Mark. The point is, if you're going to pick up on the other side and say that their second candidate should be looked at askance because he, quote, lied, while the guy that leads our ticket lies frequently, lies to us, lies to the media, has lied to other parts of government, and you want Democrats, independents, me as a Republican to take that shit seriously? Are you kidding?
No, I'm not kidding.
Mark, it is a horseshit comparison. It is a horseshit comparison to take an outright liar and say the other side lies. Oh my God, look at them, they're so terrible.
Is he not a liar? Like, what do you think? Do you think Trump lies?
No, what I think is Donald Trump has been around for years. He was president even. This isn't an unknown quantity.
What I think is Donald Trump
talking about somebody who just introduced himself to the world.
That is the most truthful thing that Mark has said. An unknown quantity.
Mark, you're making Trump lies,
talk
but
like
Tim
10
Walz
times
lies
more than I do,
are bad.
and you won't let me finish the sentence. I'm not going to sit here and debate if I...
Can we quote you on that, Mark? An unknown quantity?
Where did he go?
Look, I'm a Republican and I'll be voting Republican. But I'll tell you what, I can't stand that shit. It eats at me.
Did he leave in a huff?
Oh, I don't know if he left or he quit, but either way, that shit
I didn't kick him out.
pisses me off. When I hear people from my party going, hey, the Democrats lied. Okay, we decided that wasn't super important, so why the fuck are you bringing it up?
All right.
Well, Mark left because you know why the truth hurts, right? Because reality bites.
All right, I'm going to close this room and open up a chill room.
Sounds good, Jason. Talk to you later.
I was supposed to close this room hours ago. All right, guys. I'll let you guys live. Peace.
kicked.
Shit happens, and we're becoming less and less and less separated from each other, and just because we live in the freaking States, people interact, they have lives, they have relationships, and it's just silly.
By the way, Weed, you've never seen my Jew-fro. That was Norm. That's not me.
Well, Steve, can I get in for a sec on this?
Well, no, I got to get in here. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead, Calvin.
Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah.
Hi, Calvin.
Hey, how's it going? You guys seem like so much fun. Y'all hang out a lot?
Well, I don't do the pop-up room too often, but every Sunday for the past 3.5 years, yes.
Okay. And what do you do for a living? Are you like on radio or something like that, Steve?
Yes, I am on the radio, but it doesn't pay the bills. Yes, I podcast, but it doesn't pay the bills. I've been in workers' compensation, employment, and labor law for 30 years. That pays the bills.
Oh, I got you. Well, I'll tell you what, your voice should be synthesized. I mean, it is.
I appreciate that. Thank you, man.
Oh, absolutely. Isn't life so much fun when you do have a diversity of people in your orbit? I mean, I love being, having all kinds of friends, all shapes, sizes,
yeah.
views. And oftentimes, sometimes we'll say, man, I do not want to be, and I know this is going to sound pretty bad. I'm a black guy. I
think it's going to sound pretty good. Please continue.
Well, we'll see. I don't want to live in a neighborhood where the only people I see look just like me. I don't want to be in a neighborhood where the only people I see, look just like Caucasians. I prefer to be in a mixed community. It's so much more fun. I love what Cora was saying earlier, by the way. She says her chosen community seem to be those of ethnic groups. I hate when people try to paint me, and with a broad brush. Oh, black guy. The
racism,
minority.
Prejudice, and bigotry. Exactly.
Absolutely, because here's the thing, we're, all black people are not the same. We don't have the same experience. That's right. The same thing Cora was saying. To say that I'm of a black race and put us all in the same box, to me is the biggest of insults, right? I mean, I may not like the same music this guy likes. My religion may be different than this guy. I might enjoy, salsa and Latino food. I mean, so many things that shape me and make me what I am, and the things that I enjoy. But you want to just put me in one box because I have 3 extra layers of melanin than the person next to me, and to me that is very insulting. And the last thing I want to say, you're talking about how there's racism on both sides, and you're absolutely right. I remember the first time that I figured out that I had some prejudices in me. I was a kid, and we were standing on the side of the road, leaning up against a white fence, and here comes this car with the rag top down. And as they get closer, so it's a white couple in there, and I flip the bird. And they look at me, and they're smiling, and they're waving, and they realize that was not a wave I was giving them. And I just saw the change on their face. And I remember it wounded me, because here's this carefree couple that looking toward me, thinking that we're having a moment, and I'm flipping them the bird, right? And I want to say that did change me in the black community, if you want to say that. I think I just argued against it, but the words and attitudes that are used against white people in general, I think you can absolutely classify it, as racist. I'm not saying everyone, but I would almost say the majority. And I always say that I think the difference with black people and white people is that, black people are reminded to be offended. So we think we have a right, to this claim of, of offense.
That's right.
You did this, you caused this. And I think if we would stop advertising it, right? Yep. Before Obama came into office, right? I hardly heard anyone talk about racism, to be honest with you. People just trying to live and make it in the economy. But next thing you know, all the different all different news outlets, all the politicians, all of the entertainers, they were all saying the same thing. They were parroting the same thing. Racism, white man kills black men. White Hispanic kills black men, and they just kept drilling it and drilling and drilling. I think it just made something. I don't want to say out of nothing, because like you said, racism does exist, but you just kept drilling it that it became this mountain. You made a mountain out of a molehill, and people's reality just kind of shifted because that's all you ever heard. All right, I'm a little long.
Thank you for that. Before we go to Ike, I want to comment on what you said. I think, and again I stress, I think that a lot of people that speak the loudest about racism want racism to continue. They don't want it to end.
Right.
Why, Uncle Steve? Judge for yourself. But one short story, and then we'll go to Ike. The first time I learned about racism, I was in second grade, 8 years old. I was in second grade, class of 24. We had to do an exercise where we got paired up. The guys got paired up with the girls, 12 guys, 12 girls. We're 8 years old. And we had to pretend that we were married and introducing our wife and introducing our husband. And we had one black girl. There were 23 white guys and gals and one black girl in the class. I got paired up with the black girl. And so when it came my turn, I said, hi, my name is Steve Appel, and this is my wife, Mrs. I forgot her first name, Appel. She did the same thing. When we were at recess, my friends came to me and they said, Steve, you really can't be married to that girl. And I said, why not? And they said, because she's black. And I went home and discussed it with my parents. That was the first time I had ever learned about racism, because I wasn't raised that way. My father loved Dr. Martin Luther King. My father loved Muhammad Ali. We believed that you are judged by the content of your character and not by the color of your skin. And that was the first time in my life, 8 years old, where I ever experienced racism. And again, I didn't experience it. Personally, a whole bunch of other stories. But let's go to Ike. Hi, Ike. You wanted to speak next.
I think that's a good way to start this. Kind of like just in a class, as you're being raised, and you learn about American history, right, or the history of civics, right. And if you have one person in the classroom or a couple that are black and everyone else isn't.
Boring. Super boring.
Hey, then you're with him and you're with the dude.
Hey, no man, you saying all black Americans are from indigenous from here, and they're not
not all. Majority of black Americans, right, who've been here for a long time, right? The majority of our ancestors have always been here. Always been here.
So
guess what? They lied to us. They lied to us.
They lied to us. Oh, the lies about lies.
Doesn't work. That is why the founding fathers were so frightened of it, is because of this very reason. This is why the Democratic Party has moved so far to the left. They have abandoned any logical reasoning. It's because of democracy. It's because we let these fucking people come into the country and vote that don't even live here. It's fucking ridiculous. It's a clown show. It's unbelievable. I just can't believe that we're in this situation. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and let's also remember that the quality of a civilization is predicated not upon the number of things you can vote, but upon the number of things you can't vote. And the Democrats want to reduce us to a pure democracy because that means 51% of the people could absolutely tyrannize over 49% of the people. But we are a country founded upon the principles of the Enlightenment, this sacrosanct idea that no one has a right to one moment of your time or your effort on earth. In other words, your few cubic feet of flesh and the ideas, the warmth and the love and the action that come from it belong to you.
All we have to do is look in the mirror, because society is to blame. We are responsible for the self-inflicted hell that we are living in.
Adrian, Angel, chime in. Adrian and Angel, chime in.
Yeah, good evening. Well, you don't love the Jews either, do you, Maze? You're an anti-Semitic Jew hater that platforms anti-Semite Jew haters all day long, as if it's a career for you. It's pathetic. Get a life, loser. Go back to Goldman Sachs, you fucking Jew hater. You don't love the Jews either, do you, Maze? You're an anti-Semitic Jew hater that platforms anti-Semite Jew haters all day long.
Bro. Is this what you do? You pick.
Is this what you do, bitch, all day long?
And try to holler at me there. Okay.
Yeah, remote on. What's up, Angel?
Hey, Augustus. Thanks for holding this space. It's so great to see the unity. You know, I was kind of sad throughout this whole time. RFK Jr. running, and with everything that I saw they did to him, obviously, he's a great person. I've been a long-term MAGA Trump supporter, as you know. But I always loved him. Honestly, I always loved RFK Jr. I loved his grandma, who he was. I mean, I didn't live at that time, but knowing the
Save America. Got to do the Diablo live stream today. Comments will be a live stream. When you play Diablo, is there a Kamala Deep State Trojan Horse Shield Maiden? Oh, Jew hater. Fucking stupid bitch. All day long, you fucking Jew hate all day long, bitch. You fucking Jew hater.
Get around his name. I thought it was nice when he started writing, but people were making fun of him, I guess, because he had I don't know what you call it, cafe or some shit, whatever you call it, or scarf.
Goldman Sachs, bitch.
Hey, can you guys hear me? Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, Sonny, I had a question for you. Sonny,
I did say it, but what they were tweeting is that here we go again, praying to the demon Wahiguru again. This time it's a bad guy wearing a what do you call it, Muslim scarf. So this is the same guys who complained about Harvey.
Sonny, do you believe in God, Sonny? Or do you?
I'm an atheist.
makes a lot of sense.
Oh no, Cardano. It must be miserable.
No, it does make sense that it does make sense.
Well, it makes sense that you delivered my package today. I mean, congratulations on your 3,000th package delivery.
I definitely didn't deliver any packages today. I definitely have not been.
How many packages do you think you've delivered in your life?
Because I'm not poor like you. I don't have to.
Poor like me? I don't have to deliver packages to stay alive. That's a you thing. That's a you problem, Alchemist.
I don't have to do that, actually. That's you thinking that that's the case. It's not the case.
Oh, you finally broke free. You're no longer a pensioner.
I do go to theater, right? I do think it's funny. I do think it's funny that people, like, even if I was a drug, even if I was who cares about Adrian's little insult? That's fair. Fair enough. After all, you know what's funny? I don't know if you would agree or not. I think the modern day Indian music scene is created through Punjabi weddings. Because since my grandpa's time, every single Punjabi wedding has had the most biggest stars they can afford to perform at their weddings. And this is actually how a lot of people, like singers, used to make their money back in the day. They would, perform at weddings, right? And it was mainly Punjabis.
All day long talking about Jews. Pathetic.
JR needs to come up here and speak, otherwise you should be
Wait, sorry. I thought anyone can come up without raising their hand. What the fuck is
the only one is JR that needs to have it. There you go. Welcome, JR. You want to lay down there and listen, man. We're not going to be listening to your backgrounds. Did you wake up with a headache today?
JR, where's JR? Oh, there's JR. Hey, JR.
Do singers perform at South Indian weddings? There was this guy who performed at my parents' wedding, Kumar something. I think I mentioned it before.
Yeah, we've had Carnatic musicians at most weddings. We've had some big ones. MS Triple when she was alive. And a couple other famous singers. This is a good part of Chennai, you get great music.
Yeah, and you know Punjabi culture is huge, right? I just remember the name. Kumar Sanu. He performed at my parents' wedding. He was like some kind of Bollywood singer. And my dad is always talking about to me dude, it's actually gotten annoying. My parents talk too much about marriage with me, honestly. It's starting to piss me off.
Just ask for the pictures and...
Well, that's a you problem. Why are you getting angry over marriage conversations? Those are very important conversations.
You don't know how the Indian family functions, Adrian.
That's not true. Talk to JR. Talk to JR. I'm a Hindu guru.
I'm 26, Adrian, and my parents will constantly nag me to get married by 28.
Well, I mean, you do
It's a
you.
long way away. It's a long way away. You can sandbag it for 2 more years.
Your parents are trying to program you, but it's a good programming. You're rejecting the programming, and that's a you problem. Let it go. Be free.
I would take the applications, tell them that you won't meet anybody unless they're a 10. They'll be like, what's a 10? You'd be like, we'll find out. Just start rejecting applications for their looks. What's a 10? Yeah, that's what I said 8.5 and up, otherwise I don't even look at it. No, they're all 8.5. You'll learn to love them. Let's see the Polaroids. Oh. It was a mess. I said, Mom, arranged marriage ain't gonna work for me.
No, my mom will have, honestly. But not added. Dude, wait. My mom will have.
You don't have any excuse. I was divorced.
But wait. My mom will have such an attitude. When I will tell her, she'll like phone me and start talking about marriage. And I'll tell her I don't plan on getting married. She'll have such an attitude, dude. She'll right away just go to that. The deepest points, and she'll viciously attack me, dude. Yeah. Like, vicious.
New York's probably getting the pressure too.
You do realize that marriage is just a concept, that when you're married, you know what changes? Nothing. It's just like what it was like before you got married.
Adrian, I like to spend my days smoking weed and drinking alcohol.
Well, Mazel Tov, you figured out a great way, but, do you get your dick licked?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm talking. Women don't want that's the thing, right? Altruist is correct. In last year, November, I had this horrible breakup. I think I told F12 about it. Where, my ex essentially literally tried to throw my liquor bottles at me. Like my Grey Goose bottles. And she smashed the shit, two of them. Girls do not like guys who abuse drugs and alcohol.
I hate to tell you this, but who cares what the fuck a girl likes? Who gives a fuck what a girl likes? Who gives a fuck what she likes?
Those are negotiations. That's the tough part.
What do you mean who cares what she likes?
You gotta tell her to go fuck up.
Yeah, you tell that bitch to go fuck off.
Yeah.
Maybe not a bad strategy.
Okay.
When a stupid bitch starts throwing bottles at you, that means she's trying to kill you. I was at a restaurant once in Beverly Hills with this Polish bitch that I flew in.
Dude, you shouldn't abuse drugs and alcohol because women don't like it. You shouldn't abuse drugs and alcohol because it's terrible for your life.
Exactly.
That's great. But women want to have an exact rule, not even one rule. Not even one.
Dude, the amount of times I've been bitched at because some chick will be like, this happened to me last year. There was this alleyway of balloons in downtown LA. It was you could take pictures there, right? It looked kind of cool.
What is it? Alvarado? Alvarado Street?
No, it wasn't Alvarado. It was it was near Staples Center.
Yeah, that's close to Alvarado Street.
No, but it wasn't Alvarado. Alvarado's near those shopping centers.
Yeah.
And so it was just an alleyway of balloons, and people would walk through the balloons and take pictures. So anyways, me and my girlfriend at the time were supposed to go there. We're supposed to take pictures, and I got it drunk in the morning, right? I got it drunk at 2 p.m. Dude, the amount of shit I got for saying I don't want to take pictures. Just extraordinary, dude. It culminated in a 5-day fight. And I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Dude, the girl wants to date a man, dude. She's probably trying to help you. And a loser. I mean, I'm not saying you're a loser. Some people are.
Therapy, she would have gotten some help.
Like,
generally they're not a gentle type. You sit there. So now we see. Even without that drink,
it's like why they set the rule. You know why they don't set the rules? They set the rules. That's all. They set the rules because the guy's not setting the rules because he doesn't have shit together. So the woman's trying to provide direction, get him on the right path so he can eventually become a leader and someone that's worth respecting. But if you don't, if you're not worth respect because you're being an idiot, then why wouldn't the woman get pissed off? When you don't have your shit together, dude. And like probably the only reason why she's with him is because she cares about him and wants to help him, like put him on a better path. Like I don't know, like I don't either, but I'm just saying that's what they're trying to do. That's what she's trying to do. She's trying to nudge him in a better direction.
You know, I just understand she was like, I do think she was trying to help a little bit, but not in that instance. Help me in the way that she is the one who introduced me to Alcoholics Anonymous. But not help me in the way that she literally abused me for 5 days straight. Because I did not want to go to some like doomed alleyway near State Center.
I think it's probably more complicated than that. You're probably leaving details out. And the other thing is that it's probably like, dude, like the fact that you're just playing victim, like, oh my god, she abused me and it's like, what, dude? Like, that's your girlfriend. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? That's your woman. Like, oh, she abused me. Like, what?
Or are you gonna honestly say you've never been abused by a chick?
Abused? No.
Yeah, she's taken advantage of your emotions, and you know she's used your emotions to like fuck you over. That's what
I mean, I'm not saying that a girl hasn't like manipulated me before. It's true, but that's my fault for not. That's
basically what I mean, right? Manipulation.
Okay. Then that's different. That's different. But that was I mean, when that happened to me, that was my fault. And I didn't identify it. It was my fault for tolerating that type of behavior. You know, I wasn't getting, abused. Like women will do that stuff. Like they will manipulate you if they can. They will, or they'll try to do what they want. Like maybe not good women, but some women will. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know all the details, but in general, dude, if a woman is trying to get you away from drugs and alcohol, that means she cares about you, basically. I mean, because that's not a good path for a man. And it's true. I mean, it's fucking true.
Yeah, you can do it sober, but that's like being a very wealthy person and, having a winery and, Francis Ford Coppola, you don't think he fucking tastes his own wine, smokes a joint? If you got your shit together and you can let loose a little, sometimes people need to get out of their programming or their environment, and people use conscious changing drugs to do that. And I know you're a young guy, but when you get a little older, if you're settled down, you can use cannabis primarily as an ego-killing substance to essentially dissolve your conditioning or your environmental response.
Wait, Adrian, what do you mean cannabis as an ego killing? So I understand ego is through the Freudian term.
Right. What I'm trying to say. Well, it's not just cannabis. You have to mix it, in my opinion, with words. The dialectic combined with cannabis, alcohol, and coffee It's like Adderall. It'll make you smart if you read books. If you just watch TikTok and smoke weed, your life is going to go into the shitter fast.
I mean, listen, I'm not saying that you can't, enjoy yourself once in a while as a reward for actually accomplishing things in life. Like, if you actually go out and do something, or you had a really productive week, you went above average, like in terms of working, you accomplish things. Yeah, celebrate, of course.
It's not just, what do you think Jews do? Friday nights on Shabbos, they open a bottle of wine, they read a book with positive neurolinguistic programming from Isaiah, from Ezekiel, from whatever. Huh?
Okay, so first of all, like, I'm not saying that you can't enjoy yourself. What I'm saying is if a woman is with you and you're not where you want to be, or she's not satisfied with you, most women will leave you and just be like, all right, you're a loser, I'm leaving, right? Well, they won't tell you that.
I get it, but this is a question of codependency.
Shut up, dude. Shut up. The other thing that they'll do is they will try to encourage you to stop doing the bad habits that they see and notice are holding you back. And that's what some women will do if they care about you.
Is this your first time on Clubhouse? I know it's not.
What?
What I'm trying to say is you're correct, but the truth is life is like a clubhouse room, meaning that if a stupid poopa is going to criticize you but not actually give you any kind of wisdom but just a complaint, that's not her trying to course correct you. That is called codependency.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what you're trying to say. I don't know what you're saying. You're not really talking about.
I'm countering what you're saying, that your analysis of Cardano's poopa is not necessarily accurate. No, I mean, you want to be a responsible person.
The problem is that you're not. The problem is that you're not doing what you need to do as a man. The problem is that you're not in any state of abundance to dictate, to dictate, pound sand and stuff. Well, you're not. You don't have. You're most likely not in abundance.
I live in abundance, but
drugs, you don't have your shit together. You don't You're most likely you don't have the pickings of the litter for women in your age group or age bracket.
it's probably true.
You probably don't. Yeah. So you can tell them to pound sand all you want, but the problem is that if you're a loser, well then you operate in a world of scarcity with women. So it's not easy for you to say pound sand. Right?
I'm not saying pound sand. I'm saying there's a lot of cool chicks out there that do yoga, work out, smoke a little weed, have a cocktail. We're not talking about cocaine and heroin. We're talking about smoking a little bit of cannabis and having a cocktail.
There's nothing wrong with that at all, what you said. There's nothing wrong with what you just said. Yeah.
I get it, but I don't know why we think that Cardano is out there doing heroin while his girlfriend is yelling at him. The guy fucking probably smoked a joint.
Sonny has self-admitted that he drinks too much and he does a lot of drugs, and I've even heard him admit that it holds him back. It's not a good thing for his life. So it's not like it's a big secret.
No, I know people have real problems.
I used to drink too much. My schedule used to be I would wake up, I would take 3 hits of my bong at 8 a.m. Then I would go to the liquor store, buy 5 tall boys. That would hold me until 11 a.m. Then I would go back to the liquor store.
You would do 5 tall boys in 3 hours?
Yes.
Good God, man. Fucking, have you heard? That's crazy. It's like you're a dehydrated camel or something.
Yeah, when I first started talking about it,
Adrian, after I would drink this always, I would just become a pissing machine.
Yeah.
I'd be pissing every fucking half an hour.
You know, what I've been doing is putting orange juice in my beer, and I gotta tell you, it makes beer the most delightful experience. It kind of turns it into a cider, and it doesn't seem as coarse, which kind of scares me, because it's man, I could drink Miller High Life and orange juice all day long.
This is the thing, right, Adrian? I've drank for a long time.
Do you guys like set like weekly goals in your life? Like, do you guys like set like, all right, this week I want to do this?
Yeah, we do it's called logarithmic thinking, or we essentially put together these things called to-do lists.
I moved to the Midwest in 1 week, and once I moved to the Midwest, that's when I started my PhD program.
I mean,
I will.
the reason why I ask is I kind of set it up.
Until next Saturday, when I moved to the Midwest.
This is the way that I'm set it up. I set weekly goals, and whenever I say productive, they're not like destructive goals. Like, you know, they're goals that are good for my long-term future. Basically, if I accomplish those weekly goals, and I don't always accomplish them, but if I do, which means going above like what I normally do. So like if I do, you know, if I'm, let's say like, you know, I have to do X, Y, and Z to do like my normal thing, right?
But do you celebrate a price rise in Bitcoin?
No, I only celebrate when I confirm the profit. But either way, if I go above and beyond, and I reward myself, and I reward myself with, you know, depending on how big the goal is, or how big the accomplishment is, yeah, I'll go reward myself. But if I don't, then I'm like, no, I'm not gonna go celebrate for no reason. That's how I do it. That's how I set it up. I don't celebrate when there's nothing to celebrate. I don't celebrate when there's.
Well, you asked you asked Cardano if he was an atheist or believed in God. It sounds to me like you don't believe in God.
No, I do. What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about.
Meaning that you should celebrate life, not just your accomplishments. This is a miracle that all this is even happening. So, I mean, for me...
That's not what I said. I said if you believe in God, you have free will.
I'll give it is right in that.
No, he's not.
No, let me explain. Christians, you all believe.
Never said anything about Christianity.
Okay, let me get Christian.
No, I'm not. I'm not a Christian. Don't worry about it. But I believe in God.
He believes in the Norse god Odin.
Don't worry about what.
He believes in Odin. He's a neo-Nazi.
I believe in God, and I believe that God gives you the ability and the strength to make whatever decisions you want, to make difficult decisions, to make the not easy decisions. If I make those decisions correctly, I go and reward myself. If I don't, then I don't.
But how do you reward yourself?
I don't accomplish what I need to accomplish. That's how I set it up, and it works.
Great. And how do you reward yourself?
Whatever. Depends on how big it is, but typically it'll be drinking, it'll be some leisure time, it will be nights out with friends, it will be whatever.
I see. So kind of like living a normal life.
Sure, yeah, of course. Yeah. But if I don't accomplish it, I'm not like, yeah, you know, Saturday, Sunday, or Friday, Saturday, I'm going out to drink no matter what. Like, no, I don't do it that way. No, it's not. No, that's literally not what I'm saying. That's literally not what I'm saying at all.
Let me finish. Alchemist is saying when he has succeeded, even though he's a religious person, and you're
not a religious person.
And you said you believe in God.
I believe in God doesn't mean I'm a religious person.
Okay, so if you believe in God, then you must at least fundamentally believe our temporal realm is finite. But, you know, the non-temporal realm is infinite, right?
Yeah, most likely.
Okay, so you believe in that. So then, why are you not living your temporal life to the maximum of God? If you understand that this is, how are you?
Dude, that's just hedonism for them. That's not
exactly.
The question is,
what you're saying is
hedonism. Like, why don't you just become completely hedonistic? And because the reason why I don't do that.
Brian, you can go right after I'm done.
Okay, I'm done.
So if you believe in a God out and you believe the godly heavenly world of the absolute supremacy.
I never said that. I don't know where you're getting that from.
Dude, that's like a religion.
You just said I believe in God. That's it. That's all I said. I said I believe there's a higher power that's bigger than us that does things that we don't understand.
My fucking alcoholic anonymous meetings right now.
Listen, the majority of Americans fit into this category, myself included, so I don't think it's
yeah, it's not crazy
to cringe at.
No, like
people are going to church.
People are not majority of people. I'll give you an example. I'll give you a weekly example, right? I wake up early and I go to the gym. Okay. Sometimes I miss I miss one day of the gym because I'm tired. Maybe I lose sleep, whatever. And let's say a goal of mine. One of my goals. I have 3 goals a week, and one of my goals is I'm not gonna skip a day at the gym. I'm not gonna miss a single day at the gym because, you know, I told myself I was gonna go. I'm gonna go. If I go every single time at the gym, then I reward myself. I give a reward. I don't just go out Friday and Saturday night for no reason. I don't just do, oh, well, that's just what I do, no matter what I do. No. I have to earn, like, I earned that leisure time.
Well, you're repeating yourself.
What? No, I'm not. I'm programming myself to be productive and then reward myself once I do something that's good for my long-term future.
Why does productivity in the temporal realm matter?
Because if you're productive, because if you're doing, no, I'll tell you why. First of all, if you're doing leisurely activities all the time, if you're just doing hedonistic activities, then it's the law of diminishing returns. The more you do it, the less enjoyable it actually is. So if you're smoking weed every single day and you're drinking every day, that's not really rewarding. It's not as fun as if you're just doing it once in a while, which is what it should be anyway. Second of all, are you gonna let me finish, or
Sorry,
okay, so you're gonna interrupt me, okay?
I would not interrupt you if you were not for this. I'm sorry, Alchemist. As someone who has done marijuana and alcohol deals, the enjoyment daily is fucking great.
I would argue that when I do it, it's a lot more fun because I don't do it every day. It feels a lot better to.
But some people are stoned 24/7, 7 days a week.
Yeah, and a lot of okay. So anyway, that's not even the main point. The other point of delaying gratification is when you do things and you train yourself to be productive. And production is important because when you're productive, your life improves over the long term. See, that's the thing is most people don't think about it. The long term, it's like a foundation. It's like when you do the foundational stuff, then you can, you're doing things that are good for your life over the long term.
Alchemist, we get it long term.
Right now.
But is there free beer tomorrow?
If you're more productive now, your life is better a year from now, 2 years from now, than if you're just not worrying about it.
I would make my life better 4 years from now. Let me.
Well, I don't know your situation. I don't know your situation.
You're on high mode and keep feedback whenever someone speaks with you. What you would do, Sonny, is just do what Alchemist is saying. And I think it's a great technique to have your weekly list. And on Saturday or Sunday, you have your little conference. So you try to get this stuff on the list now. Yes or no? The answer is yes. Now, Alchemist goes over and above, which is great. He gives himself a treat if he makes it through. And now, this may even work for me. I'm actually thinking about going down this road.
Wait, what is the purpose of the list?
Dude, if you don't have a list, then it's a major fucking problem.
Do you not have a journal?
Because everybody knows about the list.
I'll give you an example of how I set it up. I'll give you an example of how I set it up. So, like, let's say.
The treat is where Alchemist is inventing something. But
Right. So what's like the normal?
It's critical, man.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the normal?
As far as academic, you're insulated from some of this.
Yeah, I mean, this is like behavioral psychology, basically. I mean, it's not like this is like, you're basically just hacking your brain to be more productive, and then your life improves over time because you're more productive than the average person. So, like, I'll give you an example. So, like, all right, the normal person, let's say.
If you see the link, see if you can hit the link that I sent you.
Voice message?
No, you see the notes that I wrote you? There's a link. Can you hit that link?
Okay, I say hi.
Okay, hit it.
Okay.
Hit it!
My hi.
Experience representing injured workers and dealing with workers' compensation, employment, and labor law. But no, I've never worked in a hospital. I know a lot of people prefer